Last week, Brendan McDermott showed us how to make a chicken tagine. To go with our chicken tagine, we made flatbreads, which we're going to go over right now.
This week on Working Class Foodies.
Whenever you're making a pizza dough or a flatbread or something like that, generally what you're looking for is roughly about 2 parts flour, 1 part liquid. So we did about 3 cups flour.
We actually used 2 cups of all-purpose flour with 1 cup of whole wheat flour to give it a little bit more heft and taste, and a little bit of a nicer color too.
I always put a pinch of salt in. What I actually like is grains of paradise. You can use it like black pepper, but it's actually related to ginger. And a nice thing that also goes with it is a little lemon zest, especially when it's really nice and warm. It adds a little flavor to it. 1.5 cups warm milk and water, about 100 degrees, a little warmer than room temp. You can activate your yeast. And you throw one of those in and you mix it in, like whisk it in with a fork or with a whisk. And just let the yeast come to life, and you'll know by kind of getting kind of like a beer head on top, like you'll see some bubbles. You pour that liquid into the flour while mixing it with the other hand. But what you're looking for is something that almost ends up looking like chewed bubble gum. It should be able to be elastic, but not totally sticky. You know, it should just come together and it should feel warm. If it's too wet, you add a little bit of flour. If it's too dry, you can add a little bit of water. And once it starts becoming like a nice dough consistency, you take it out of the bowl, kind of fold it over like a taco shell, and then just take the heel of your hand and just roll it and fold it very gently. That will kind of make layers, which will help make it fluffy and kind of form like the nice little pockets. But it also will help get the yeast to distribute evenly into the dough. Put it in a bowl with a little bit of olive oil. Cover it with some plastic and let it rest at about room temp, 70, 80 degrees for about an hour and a half, till it almost doubles.
We let the dough rise for about an hour and a half.
Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna punch it down a little bit, like take it out, and just kind of roll it again. Cut it into 2, and if you feel it, it's elastic, so it's really got some nice stretch to it. You just take your hand and just kind of roll it around in a circle until it forms like a bun. And then you just put those onto a plate, cover them in plastic, and let them sit for about another hour. Flatten them out with a little bit of a floured surface. Roll them out. I'm not gonna push hard. I'm not pushing it down and really trying to get it too thin. I just want to try and get it even and throw them onto your grill or your pizza stone. Get a little oil on them and just quickly just give it a rub down. Get a good amount of oil. Enough oil to kind of just give it a little bit of a wash. You just want enough so it's not gonna stick. So we're just gonna take that and put your bread down onto that. Again, you can hear that. So you just want to make sure you got some nice color. It's browning a little bit, and then turn it a little bit if you want to get that little crosshatch. You can even see it starting to bubble up a little bit. Flip it over, do it again. I'm gonna take these and let them rest for a minute. We'll finish off the bread in the oven and warm it just as we need it. In about 5 minutes, we'll just pull them out and get them going.
The flatbreads were a perfect complement to our chicken tagine. They had a slight lemony flavor which paired wonderfully with the rich, hearty vegetables in the chicken. The flatbreads are absolutely delicious when they're warm, fresh out of the oven, and you can adjust the flavors any way you like by adding your favorite seasonings. Now, one of my personal favorite things about this flatbread dough recipe is that it's basically the same exact recipe you would use to make pizza dough, which is something that we're going to be going over in a couple future episodes, so stay tuned if you like pizza, and who doesn't like pizza? This recipe makes 2 large flatbreads, which is more than enough for 4 people. The total cost for our flatbreads came down to less than $1.50, which is under 38 cents per person. So really, what do you have to lose? So now it's your turn. If you made our chicken tagine last week, let us know what you paired it with. And if you've ever made flatbreads before, let us know what your favorite recipe is. We'll see you next week on Working Class Foodies.